Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Hyde Park Zoning Board of Appeals meeting on July 26, 2023. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a copy of the May 24th minutes. I would ask for a motion for their approval.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Old business, we have the Chavez application, number 2301Z, two variances to allow animal husbandry to be conducted as close as 171 feet, and permit enclosed storage of manure is closed at 171 feet. There was a public rehearing of this amendment application, and the application has been closed on June 28th. The vote today is on this amended variance application, which we needed to make a correction to and came back, which must be unanimous to pass. Jim, do you want to?
Sure.
You want to read it? Do you have it?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Chavez Animal Husbandry, 32 East Market Street, Hyde Park. Dated today, Resolution 23-01ZB. Whereas the applicant, Edith Chavez, has submitted an application for area variances to allow animal husbandry to be conducted closer to neighborhood residents than allowed. The project at 32 East Market Street, Hyde Park, identified as tax parcel 606504914-274 in the neighborhood zoning district. Whereas the project is depicted on a drawing prepared by Mr. Chavez, submitted on or about February 24, 2023, and on a map showing measurements determined by using Dutchess County parcel axis. And whereas the applicant seeks the first area variance from zoning law, section 108-4.3B5B, to change the distance of the chicken pen to 6 residences from the required minimum of 250 feet to 171 feet from 13 Church Street, 183 feet from 30 East Market Street, 185 feet from 35 East Market Street, 205 feet from 28 East Market Street, 216 feet from 33 East Market Street, and 242 feet from 31 East Market Street. Whereas the applicant seeks a second area variance from zoning law section 108-4.3B5E to change the distance of enclosed manure to 3 residences from the required minimum of 200 feet to 171 feet from 13 Church Street, 183 feet from 30 East Market Street, and 185 feet from 35 East Market Street. Whereas, now therefore be it resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals Zoning Board of Appeals makes the following findings in accordance with section 267-B of the Town Law and Hyde Park Zoning Law, section 108-33.6B2, regarding the requested variances. 1. The requested variances will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. The applicant applied for animal husbandry of chickens. The chickens are out of sight and are contained within a pen located in the woods behind the applicant's house, and the animals are relatively quiet. The noise generated by the chickens is further mitigated by forest cover and insulating topography. In addition, chickens eat bugs and ticks, which will benefit the neighborhood. 2. The benefits sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than these area variances. Usable area on this site is limited. The applicant has located the chicken pen in the most sensible location. The Chavez family sees benefit in teaching their children animal husbandry of chickens as part of the home environment. The Chavez family shares their eggs with adjoining neighbors. 3. Zoning Board of Appeals is required to grant the minimum variance necessary. The requested variances are not numerically substantial. Animal husbandry with chickens may be conducted 250 feet from nearby residents, of which there are only 6. 4. The requested variances will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the general neighborhood or district. The coop is cleaned weekly by the applicant. When the coop is cleaned, the manure is stored in an enclosed container on the applicant's property. 5. The difficulties are self-created. Without approvals, the applicant purchased chickens and has participated in animal husbandry for several years. Applicant sought these area variances after receiving notice of violation in order to remedy from the zoning administrator. Be it therefore resolved that the zoning board of appeals hereby grants the requested variances subject to the following conditions. 1, the granted variances are specific to the current number of chickens only. Any change or addition of animals will result in revocation of the variances. 2, payment of all fees and escrow.
Mr. Agwal has moved this motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Madam Secretary, would you poll the board, please?
Yes, Mr. Agrawal,
Yes.
Mr. Conley,
Yes.
Vice Chair Bowen,
Yes.
and Chair McNary.
Yes.
Great.
Therefore, this resolution is passed unanimously, and this resolution is granted to the Chavez family. Continuing the public hearing, the Mendoza application, 2303Z, location 4 Windmill Road. Good evening, sir.
How's it going?
Good to see you again. We had a lot of discussion last time in terms of things that you were looking at. Can you bring us up to date in terms of?
Motion to
I beg
open.
your pardon. We need a motion to continue the public hearing.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now you're official.
So what we spoke of last time.
You want to bring that a little closer to you, if you would.
Excuse me, sir, could you just state your name for the record?
Oh, my name is Giordani. I am Julio Mendoza's son.
Thank you.
So what we spoke of last time was adding shrubs, enclosed container for manure, and there was a third. I think it was just the shrubs and getting rid of the roosters. So we gave the roosters away. We have an enclosed container for the manure out of sight, and we did add some shrubs along the.
You did, I'm sorry, the last was?
Jordan,
We
please,
added some shrubs.
can you bring the microphone just a little closer, please?
Little
Thank
closer.
you.
In fact, you could use the portable. It's right
Oh.
there.
Yeah, just so everyone can hear you. Thank you.
So we did add shrubs along the pen.
Shrubbery
we-
along between the pen and the back property line?
Because when we didn't really understand so we just kind of added. We let some of the grass grow, so we're just letting grass grow there, and a bunch of plants are growing. We planted some shrubs; they still haven't grown yet, but we did add. There is a lot more. It's not just bare.
Okay, the shrubs, I want to make sure, because one of the feedback we got last time was that the neighbors were very concerned about noise, et cetera, and it was disruptive.
So the noise is
And,
there's no
and,
noise.
and the visual of the garden right on the property line. So are your shrubs on the property line between the property line and the pen, or is it on the outside of the pen?
It's just outside of the pen.
Okay, all right, so it's between the house and the pen?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not really blocking the view of the neighbors in the back?
No.
Okay. Questions?
We also talked about the number of chickens.
Oh well, we've there's been an animal, and now we have, give or take, 10 chickens.
Say that first sentence again?
I think it was a fox. I found a couple holes by our
Oh,
by our the coop in the back. I filled it with logs, but now we have 10, maybe 11 chickens. 3.
So you're down.
We lost a
you're
duck.
Down to 11 chickens and no roosters?
11 chickens, no roosters, and 7 ducks. The turkey's still good. 7 ducks.
How many turkeys?
1.
One. Okay. The, have you thought anything in terms of, because your neighborhood is so close, your neighbors are, I mean, literally, you've got 3 houses right behind you there. Have any thought of visually putting something along the property line? Like a fence?
Could. Yeah, we could. Around, you mean like to the back of the...
Yeah,
Yeah, we could.
so that they're not looking over their property at the chicken pen.
Yeah. Got a fence.
Just curious, what kind of shrubs do you plant? Because there's some that are faster growing than other ones.
Bushes.
Bushes. There's like arborvitae. I don't know if there's room in the back.
I mean, we kind of
Yeah.
just bought bushes. We kind of just
Yeah.
searched up grubs and just bought.
All right. I'm just trying to help you out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you want like some shade, or not shade, but like a wall,
Blockage,
like,
yeah.
there's something called arborvitae. You might want to look into that. If those
It
are
grows.
fast growing, and they would
Arborvitae.
yeah, and they would provide like a pretty good like green border, so it would provide some
Blockage.
privacy for yourself and the neighbors. You know, just something to think about.
All right.
That's all I have.
I don't have any.
Mr. Chairman, we had talked about maybe reducing the total numbers of the chickens.
Right.
We sort of had a number in mind. Did we not, Sarah?
Yeah, I know we were talking about, because this variance is based on weight, lowering the weight of the combined total of the poultry,
Yeah.
so
And,
I don't recall what the exact number was.
but in terms of the weight, how do you figure out the weight relative to the number of chickens? That's, is there a
Well, yeah,
formula?
there is a formula of 1,000 pounds per 1.5 acres. So you have, I think you have less than about a quarter of an acre?
It's a half an acre.
It's
Half an acre?
I think it's
That's 500
.53,
pounds.
.54.
So if you're half an acre, you would have 200, allow 228 pounds to be kept. So how do we get some sense of, you're talking a
Well-
maximum of 12 animals at this point?
No.
No,
Yeah.
it would be 18.
I'm sorry,
Maximum of 18.
18?
Yeah, they're at like
11
18,
chickens, 7
19.
ducks, 1 turkey.
Well, I thought there were 11 chickens and 1 turkey.
Yeah, 11
And 7
chickens.
ducks.
7 ducks.
Those are his too, okay. All right. So we need to get, any idea how we get an estimate of the weight on that?
I believe Soil and Water has, or there are charts that talk about live weight of different fowl,
Okay,
and I just Google it online,
okay.
and I think an average
You got the-
chicken is 7
Yeah.
pounds, and I'm guessing a
So
duck
we'll need-
is
we'll need to get that.
similar, and
Let me suggest we'll
Our chickens are fat.
figure
so
that out and, huh?
I don't think our chickens are not even close to 7
These are not
pounds.
big, fat chickens.
Not even close. They're really skinny. And they eat so much.
Let me, we need to do a calculation for that, just
Yep,
in
take
terms
your
of
time.
our record keeping. And also, we'd like you to think about what kind of barrier you might consider. So what I'd like to do is if you think about that and come back to us and talk about that.
All right.
And
I mean, the
look at the
wooded
chickens. Is there anything else, the council, in terms of opening questions that we need from the applicant?
I don't believe so. I think at this point, it's really a consideration of what kind of screening you'd be willing to put up and how far you're willing to limit the number of animals on the property.
based on weight.
based on
Based on
my.
weight.
And just to be fair to you
All right.
as well.
Can we see an actual drawing when you come back of the screening material and a photograph of a sample of it or something, the height of it.
Oh,
That would be good.
I want to see
That
stuff
would be
like
helpful. Yeah.
And also a photo of the container.
container? Okay.
Okay. Therefore, what I'd like to do then is a motion to continue the public hearing to August, what's our?
23rd.
25th?
23rd.
3rd, to August 23rd.
So I have a,
Yes,
just a
sir.
quick, my dad wanted me to say that he would do whatever it's possible. He wanted it to close today. So if he has to give them away or do, because he's super busy right now and he couldn't make it because he's so busy. So he's just wondering, what could he do for it to be closed today? He'll give them away if he has to. He just doesn't want to continue with the,
I mean, at this point, other than knowing, you're asking for a variance that is quite significant in terms of
The
being
distance,
close to.
yeah.
I mean, you're down to 50 feet as opposed to 150 or 200 feet. It's significant. And you have residential houses which are right around there, and they're concerned. So the question is, how do you, I mean,
we could give them away.
simple answer is just eliminate all the animals.
Yeah.
And then we don't have a problem, but that's not what you want to do.
I mean, if we don't want to, but we would if it's what it's kind of, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it closed today so he can stop, because it's just another worry.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to resolve it today, I would say eliminate the animals.
Eliminate. All right.
So you eliminate the need for a variance.
We would do that.
You want-
Huh?
I'm
Is
sorry.
that what you,
Don't we ever need a resolution?
but don't you, is that what you really want to do?
Well, it's more of my dad. You know, he just can't keep really.
Okay.
I mean, eventually, once we move, we'll get more, but we can't really now.
Well, I'm sure it must make you sad, because you were.
I mean, yeah,
you
but
were
it's
pretty
like
attached, right?
it's like, you know, it is what it is. You
So
can't
Dad
really,
wants to get it over with today because he doesn't want to
He
go
doesn't
on.
want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah,
huh?
Your dad doesn't want to deal with this.
Oh, he doesn't want to deal with it. It's just another thing he has to have on his mind. He just goes home to sleep. That's not really, so
Okay.
he has to pay someone else to do it.
I can appreciate
It's
that.
another worry.
That, I mean, if that's what he wants today, that's the solution today.
That's the solution. So we can just give him away. I mean, if we have a friend, we can just give him away, and it's just when we move, we can just get him back. Especially a turkey. That's our main one. If I can get the turkey back, I'll be fine.
Bring it up to Steve.
Okay. Then at some time in the future, if you want to come back and look at it again.
What, the variance?
I mean,
well,
if you want to later on, okay, if you're eliminating it now, you're
limiting the variance is gone.
eliminating all the animals today.
Yep.
Then you don't need a variance.
Isn't that withdrawing the application?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because our house is being built, and we're gonna have a lot more
So the
acreage.
new house.
New
house getting
Okay.
built,
Okay.
and we get it in like November. So
That sounds like a good solution.
So
So
just get
then
get more
you
chickens in.
will formally withdraw your application for a variance to the
Yes.
board. Okay. Do we need any?
I think it's been stated on the record.
Okay.
If you're
Okay.
making that representation today,
Yep.
then we
Okay.
can consider it withdrawn.
Okay. Good.
And the
All right.
animals will be gone within what period of time? 30 days?
Do you know how much time you would need to remove the animals from the property?
No more than 30 days.
30 days?
Okay.
So check up in 30 days?
Okay, all right.
So
I
again, that would be
understand
August 23rd.
I understand your dilemma.
Yep.
Appreciate
Well, it's more
it.
of my dad's. You know, I would
understand.
have kept it open as long.
We all have dads.
Yeah,
I
because you can
understand.
keep it open until
We can keep it open until we
November.
move, and then just withdraw.
Yeah, okay,
You're a good son.
Yeah.
good.
You gotta follow what he says.
Okay. Thank you very much, then.
You're welcome.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Good
We're
luck.
done.
That's it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Good luck with your move.
Mhm.
Excuse me, counsel? Do we
Yes.
still close the public hearing after the application is withdrawn, or?
I don't think that's necessary at this point.
Okay, I
because
wasn't sure.
It's no longer a live application.
Okay, thank you.
It's a new one.
yeah, I've never seen
Yeah,
this.
they'd have to have a new one, I guess.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the Hulting Lane, I'm not pronouncing it correct,
don't think anybody's here.
7 Beck Road, anybody here?
I don't think so.
No. Then I would entertain a motion to continue the public hearing for the area variance
Motion.
request.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
When did we come
All right.
to? August.
August 23rd.
All in favor. All right. We have a new public hearing on Newman. Welcome.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm okay.
You're coming on with a new adventure, huh?
Yes.
I would open the public hearing, a motion to open the public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Good. Tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Anika Newman McDonald.
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
And tell us about the project.
So it's basically an addition to the existing property that's there, and it's really just to get more space to the house. It was built a long time ago, so we're just trying to get more space onto the house.
I see you're, in the drawing, you're opening it up, or you're opening the kitchen up.
Yes,
And then you have 2, is it offices or are those other rooms?
it's gonna be a den and like an office kind of den and a playroom. Because right now there's nowhere, just the living room and then a skinny hallway.
Okay, so on your drawing, they're both offices, but one
Right.
would be a den and one would be a playroom?
It's an office still,
They both say office at this point.
right?
But what you're saying is one of them would be,
It's gonna be like a work from home office den kind of setting,
okay,
and then the other one would be a playroom.
okay. Is the playroom all the way down the end of the hall, or is that where the office is?
It's gonna be along the same section, but you can close out the noise, because once the door is closed, you won't
So
hear
the
them
playroom
in
is
there.
closer to the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha, all right. All right. Questions on this?
I don't have any.
Have we had any public response?
We have not received any public comment.
And we have nobody else from the public on this? All right. You have any other information about this that we should hear?
I'm new at this, so I'm representing my mom. So I don't know what to expect or how this goes really.
Okay. But you
Beyond
have a
just-
contractor and
Yes.
and everything ready to go?
Yes.
And who will be living there?
Myself, my mom, my dad, and my 2 girls.
Okay, okay. Good house full. Good.
Yes.
All right. All right, being no other public comments, I would move to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we have a resolution here. Let's see. I don't mess that in. Okay, let's see. Resolution to grant area variance to, I don't want, Maseta?
Velsita.
Masia?
Velsita.
Boy, I blew that. Velcia. Velsita?
Correct.
There, 4th time I got it.
Yes.
Velsita Newman, 4 Kathy Drive, Hyde Park, New York. Dated July 26, 2023, Resolution 2309Z. Whereas the applicant, Velsita Newman, has submitted an application for an area variance to construct an addition to the rear of the house, property located at 4 Kathy Drive, Hyde Park, identified as tax parcel number 616301492838 in the neighborhood district. And whereas the project is depicted on several sketches prepared by D. Freeman, architect, dated June 16, 2023 and July 13, 2023. Whereas the applicant seeks an area variance from the zoning law, section 1085.15, to permit a front yard setback on Kathy Drive of 23 feet where 50 feet is required, and a second area variance from zoning law, section .15 to permit a second front yard setback on Madison Avenue of 42 feet where 50 feet is required, and an area variance from zoning law section 1085.15 to permit a rear yard setback of 18 feet where 30 feet is required. Granting the area variance for a single-family, two-family, or three-family residence is a type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act and is not subject to a review under the Act. Whereas, now therefore resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals makes the following findings in accordance with Section 267B of the Town Law and Hyde Park Zoning Law, Section 108-33.6B2, regarding the requested variance. The requested variance will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. The addition is in keeping with the style of the house and the neighborhood. The benefits sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the area variances. The expansion of the kitchen area and the additional bathroom and two den and office space could not be logically positioned in other areas of the house. The requested variants are numerically substantial. The first front yard setback request represents a variance of 54%, 23 feet versus 50 feet. The second front yard setback represents a variance of 16%, 42 feet versus 50 feet. The rear yard setback represents a variance of 40%, 80 feet versus 30 feet. Number 4, the requested variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the general neighborhood or district. The addition and style are consistent with the neighborhood and will have no environmental impact on the site or the neighborhood. The difficulties, number 5, are self-created. The house is too small for the existing family. Be it further resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals hereby grants the requested variance subject to the following conditions. Pursuant to Section 108-33.5F1, the authorized activity must commence within 1 year from the date of the issuance, otherwise it will be revoked. 2, payments of all fees and escrow. This motion has been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Madam Secretary, would you pull the
Yes, Mr. Agrawal,
Yes.
Mr. Donnelly,
Yes.
Vice Chair Bowen,
Yes,
and Chair McNary.
Yes, motion is carried.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got an interesting project.
Yes.
Good luck on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When do you think you'll start?
She wants to, well, now that this is, I guess, behind us, the building permit would be next, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then hopefully before winter starts to come around, she could break ground. So that's the hope, that
luck.
sometime September
Good.
or next month even.
Get it under roof quick.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, good.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
appreciate it. Have a
There
good
being no
evening.
other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second?
Second, third, and fourth.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The next meeting will be held Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023, at 6 PM.
I told you.
Okay.
All right.
Down
Thank
under
you.